Welcome back to my home studio slash bedroom. Today we're making ambient music. Hey, so I'm vanilledebray. I'm a composer, I'm a songwriter, and recently I got asked to make some ambient, meditative, very discreet, ethereal music, and I had never done that before. And so I'm gonna walk you through how I did that using only the free sounds that come with Logic Pro. So the idea is that we're going to find some sounds in the library of sounds that Logic has available. Slow pads, very muted or mellow ambient sounds, droning sounds, and we're going to layer some of these up together with very few notes, and it's going to make a whole soundscape, and it's going to be great. And then after, I might add some more special details, little ear candy to make it a little bit more interesting. All right, first up is this sound called Moody Hall. Very cool, it sounds like this. Wow. Super long tail end as well, which is what we want. So I wasn't sure how to go about looking for these sounds, so I just kind of used some keywords like drone, ambient, soundscape, evolving, anything that made me think, all right, this is gonna be meditation music. So I'm gonna go ahead and record a bass layer with this sound. We're gonna play just one note at a time, and I think for this type of music, you can really do it even if you're not a musician. It doesn't matter if you don't know harmonies, because there's no real melody, it's just very slow notes. I'm only gonna use the white keys on the keyboard because that'll give me a scale that works. Those types of notes are gonna be easy to mix together. It's super subtle, and I'm not gonna go on too long for here, but like basically just playing whatever notes close together, only the white keys in succession, and then later we're gonna layer some stuff up. The next sound we're gonna use is called Calm Over, oh no, Calm Over Eyjafjallajökull. I'm sorry, I don't speak, is it Icelandic? Probably. So it sounds like this. Wow. It's cool, it's got this sort of fluty but also sort of stringy sound. It's weird. Let's go. Next. This sound called Soft Fluctuations. And there's no tempo. I'm really playing random notes that I think will maybe sound good together, but you can just do trial and error. And if something sounds jarring, just change it. Just use a couple notes. It'll be all right. Too dark. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna do it an octave higher because it sounds too dark. Right now, it's too low. Very slow notes. So I'm doing it really simply, trying to go a little bit at random. There's no patterns, there are no melodies. There's no real harmony. I guess we're sort of in a D center, D minor center, but it's always open to change. Oh, this next sound is a weird one. It's called Wondrous Land. Kind of intense. It's got more than one note going on when you press one of the keys. It also plays the fifth above. That's fine, that's not gonna mess up any harmonies. I'm gonna add a little bit of this and low and level because otherwise it's gonna overpower everything else. Yeah, that's too much. It's subtle. Alright, so it's going. I feel like I'm actually changing the notes too fast, like too much, and it should be slowed down because I'm picturing this type of thing could go on for 2 hours, and right now it's a bit too fastly evolving. So I'm gonna go ahead and record some notes on these tracks that are slower, and then we'll fix it up with some other details. Okay, this is much better. I think because I'm filming, I'm getting all stressed out and going too fast, but it's supposed to be calming, relaxing music. Nice. Yeah, I'm basically using D, F, G as the core tones, and A, I guess. And then I'm sprinkling in a bit of E and B. But all together, they sound fine. Oh, we haven't panned anything. Right now it's all center and mono and boring. Let's, I'm gonna just randomly put some panning on two of the tracks. All right, let's add one more for good measure. What's this called? Ambient drift. Perfect. It sounds like this. Ooh, this is one of those annoying pads that when you play a note, I'm playing an A, and A is it adds another tone to the pad, which is sometimes nice, but sometimes is out of the key that you want to play, so you have to like think when you play it, because here it adds a D, which is the fourth. Anyway, it doesn't matter. These two notes, D and A, are part of our core tones, so we can work with that. I'm also adding this last sound to the sound bath called Peaceful Meadow. That's beautiful. It sounds so weird in a cool way. Bit loud, I'm gonna bring it down after. Cool. Okay, we have a whole sonic landscape. Now let's add some stuff to make it more interesting, because it is a bit boring. So I was thinking about it, like how to make this more interesting. And I think when I think meditation music, you know, yoga studio music, what comes to mind is East Asian music influences, I guess. There's some like gong sounds and sometimes some flutes or plucked string instruments. So I think I'm gonna add some details like that to add some little drops of sound into the soup that we've created. Let's add a harp. You know what would be super cliche and really put you in the mood, in the headspace of like you're on a windy mountaintop and there's people meditating and monks chanting or whatever, is a didgeridoo. You know that long oh, I'll put a picture. Anyway, a didgeridoo sounds like this. Ooh, a bit low. Yes. The harp's on the left, didgeridoo on the right. It's gonna be great. Yes. Okay, next we're gonna commit more cultural atrocities. I'm gonna add a Japanese drum called a taiko drum. Yes, that's the pattern. Last thing, let's add some noise. It sounds too clean. Music sometimes sounds a bit more profesh when you mess it up a little. Because all those free sounds are like a little bit too perfect sometimes. That's why you pay people to like run your tracks through their old mastering gear. So anyway, we're gonna mess it up a little bit and add some grain, some texture, some like ambient sound, but not pitched, so I guess noise. This is called Waves and Rain. It just sounds like wind. So I'm gonna add a bit of wind. You gotta, you know, we're on the mountaintop now. Okay, we've reached the final instrument. This is called cone pressure. It sounds a bit like trailer music, honestly. Ooh, big hit. But I think if we put it low enough in the mix, it's gonna just add that gong sound and a little bit of oomph. See, it rings out super long. All right, and you can just go on like this for ever and ever and ever. Just random notes, very slowly evolving. And I think it's important to also keep some silence, like some parts where all the sounds dies down a little before starting again. Otherwise, it can be tiring. Okay, that's how you make ambient music. I hope this was useful to you. If you use Ableton, you can also do this. They have a lot of sounds, but you might have to put them in a sampler and then play the sampler to get different notes out of the sounds. But they have a whole library of sounds that come with Ableton that sound like pads. Cool, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!